All right. We're going to get started. Thanks for joining. Tonight, we have a 2-color print going on some sweatshirts. I did this on some performance short sleeve t-shirts the other day. So the setup, I stayed the same. I didn't move my screens. Everything should still be in registration. My off contact should still be set. So I'm going to show you a couple tips and tricks when doing sweatshirts, but hopefully nothing fell out of registration. We're going to find out because we'll do a test print. If I sound a little stuffy, it's a beautiful warm day here in Ohio. Trees are starting to bud, and I think my allergies are starting to kick in. Also, with it being a beautiful warm day here in Ohio, you might hear some screaming. For those that don't know, I run my print shop out of my garage, and behind my garage are a bunch of kids enjoying the weather. So you may hear some screaming or yelling or hooting and hollering from time to time. That's just the kids back there. I think they're okay. We'll know if they're not. So let me show you what we're actually going to be working on today. This was the shirt that I did. These were the Nike shirts that I did short sleeve. We're going to do the same exact design on some hoodies and on some long sleeve t-shirts. But the long sleeve t-shirts aren't here yet. So that is what we'll be printing tonight on hoodies. The sweatshirts we're printing on are a new sweatshirt to me. I have not printed on these before. They are from a company called Cornerstone, and it is the CSF 630. It's called the Tough Fleece Pullover Hoodie. Really like the quality of it so far. The build, it feels like a high-end sweatshirt. Ones that maybe work brand sweatshirts that you guys are familiar with, and that go for $60 to $75. So we're going to be printing on those, and I'm going to show you. Get you over here real quick. One of the things we talked about with our off contact was I said I already had my off contact set, and I do. But you will see there, I have no off contact right now because this off contact was set for a shirt. So what I do, I don't adjust my off contact for the sweatshirt. I actually take a quarter and I put it on this do not touch bolt, and I tape it. I'll tape it when I have free hands. But that is going to adjust my off contact up, and now you can see there's a gap there, and it's going to be a little bit more. This sweatshirt is not threaded onto the pallet, but there is a little bit of off contact there. And I go around and I have one of those quarters taped onto each bolt, and that keeps me from having to adjust my contact. And then tomorrow, when I print the long sleeve t-shirts, all I have to do is take the quarters off, and we're good to go. So let's get things moving here. Let's get the shop going. Let me get rid of this chat. If you're new, welcome. If you have any questions, let me know. Say hi. Let me know where you're from. Hit me up in the chat. Today's print, like I said, is 2-color. But I tried something new, and I actually have a video, I think, coming out on it soon. But what I did was I actually 2-color print, but I made 3 screens. And We'll get into why I did that here in a minute. But I saw it on YouTube. And from Lee Stewart, he talked about doing a base coat, your spot color, and then a highlight white. And that's what we're going to do today. I really like the way it turned out with the t-shirts. So I'm hoping that I get the same result with the sweatshirts. Sweatshirts are a little tricky for me. I've struggled with them. I do have one here we're going to run a test on. Right now, I'm just heating up the palettes. Get my ink ready. Today, we'll be using some web adhesive as our palette tape or our palette glue. I typically run a water-based palette glue, but because of the sweatshirts and the two colors and the thickness of them, I'm not a fan of the water-based palette glue when I'm doing sweatshirts. So while we're waiting for these palettes to heat up, I'm going to start mixing some ink. We got our white already mixed. I am running a reducer in it, a curable reducer. I put my ink in, and then I add 5% reducer. Then I give it a good mix. How many of you guys are running a DeWalt paint mixer in your shop? So the base coat is on a 158 mesh screen. My spot color and my highlight white are on 230s. Something else new today that I haven't tried yet. I'm going to use a 60 durometer squeegee on the base coat, and see what that does. I've never done it. Just got it today. We're going to give it a try. White ink is hard to deal with, but I found when you put some reducer in it and you mix it, it's creamy just like you want it. All right, I think this is mixed up. We'll keep our palettes rotating. We'll ink up our screens. I got a test sweatshirt over there. We'll get our test going here in just a second. Brand new 60 durometer. We'll see. When I was doing the shirts, pulling wasn't working for me, so I had to push. I'm going to try a push again with the sweatshirts. I think the push, I do better at the push. I don't know. I like it. I thought I was a pull guy, but the more and more I print, the more I realize I may be on team push. All right, we got the whites on. Let's get another rotation. Don't want to burn any palettes today. I usually do that every time I print, really. All right, get our blue ink out. This one we're going to give a stir with just the spatula. It's got a good consistency. The blue we're printing is a Pantone 286. It's a really deep, rich royal. I mixed this up for a club soccer group and just really liked the way it turned out, and I've been using it a lot lately. I do a lot of printing for a school that royal blue is their main color, so I was glad I found this color. All right, I think we're ready for the blue. We only have 22 sweatshirts to do today. I did the other day about 70 short sleeves. I think I have like 30 long sleeves to do. Just waiting on those to get here. All right, I like the tip. We're going to hit it with some web spray. Got to be careful with this stuff. A little bit goes a long way. This is just a test sweatshirt, so I'm not really concerned about that print there. All right, let's see what we can do here. This is our base white. Nice little flood. Do 2 pushes. Might be able to go. I don't really want to go. I like it. All right, let's see what the blue looks like on here. I usually find it takes a couple shirts before the quality of the print really starts popping, but that blue pops. All right, then we'll do our highlight white. Flood. Yes. Man, I hope it goes that easy on the rest of these. Get this out of the way so you guys can see. Registration is still in. Got a little bit of fibrillation with the sweatshirt, but this is not a good quality sweatshirt. This is a cheap sweatshirt. So I'm hoping we get a little bit better results with these high quality sweatshirts. But what we're going to do is we're going to print one first. Because too often I've done a whole run of 4. And have not been happy with the results. So we'll do one of the cornerstone shirts and see what the result looks like, and that will determine if we're moving forward. This, ignore the AP, but registration's good, color's good, feels good. Let's give it a go. Keep heating these up. Checking the chats. All right. Also got to be aware of where I'm putting this on the palette. The shirts I just had the seams dropped off just a bit. I think we might be able to do the same thing with this. Man, these are some nice sweatshirts. All right. First one. Let's see what we do here. Oh man, you guys will have to see that. I like that. I did a flood push, and the white is really vibrant right now. With the blue, I'll do the same thing. Flood push. Yes, sir. I think they're going to be able to. I think we got room to go a little bit. That would be, we need to go lower on the palettes. It's got a lower neck than. Oh yeah, I like it. I'm a fan. Get this thing off. Let you guys see what it looks like. Let me do typically I'll go through, I'll do a quick 4 or 5 second cure under the flash before I put it on my heat press. Let me know what you think. Nice hoodie, good color, good design. Oh yeah, these guys are going to be happy. Screen printing, constantly learning. I've never printed this way before with a highlight white and a base, but I like it. All right, we need to go a little bit higher on that. Felt like a little bit lower actually. Oh, come on, heat press. And this is the final. What do you think? All right, one down, 21 to go. Check the comments here, make sure I'm not burning a palette. All right. I'm gonna check. That might be too low. Let's see here. If I come down off just a tad. There we go. Center. hopefully we make all of these sweatshirts, and got a train going by. The tennis team that these are for, they don't need them in Ohio here because we're going to have beautiful weather for tennis season. My son actually plays on this tennis team, and we've spent plenty of nights freezing our butts off watching tennis. I'd be okay with some beautiful 65, 70 degree weather come tennis season. And then the kids can just save their hoodies for the winter coming up. The next winter, not coming up. We don't want winter. All right. One more to load up. The reason I switched to these Cornerstone hoodies was I was having issues getting the Nike hoodies. We normally do everything Nike for the tennis team, but they had no large or extra large. And from past experience, sometimes you could have stuff sitting on back order for months. I've had to cancel orders that they've sat there for months. So I didn't want to do that. I talked to the coach. I said, let's try something different. Let's try a new brand, something comparable, something that feels good, looks good. All right, here we go. Flood. All right, I'm liking the 60. This ink feels really good today too. I am using FN ink. For those that aren't screen printers, FN stands for financially necessary. So that's the ink we're using. It is a low cure ink. So I set my heat press to 300. And I press for about 20 seconds. I don't like drying under the flash, and I don't have a conveyor dryer just yet. Plus, I like the feel that the heat press gives. I just feel like it smashes down the fibers of the shirt, locks everything in. So I've been content just using my heat press to cure shirts. I know that it's not from a production standpoint, probably not the best, but majority of the time when I'm doing shirts, I'm doing runs of anywhere between 50 and 300. So I got time to do it. I don't mind it. Man, I really like this. The ink is flowing good today. How many of you guys do sweatshirts? I was scared of them for a while. I feel like until I figured out my off contact with that quarter trick, which I found on YouTube, and I used the web spray, I was getting very inconsistent results. So now, I don't want to say I'm not scared, but I'm less hesitant to print on a $30 to $50 sweatshirt. Switch camera view so you're not just watching that. All right. We've hit our cure. Dude. I may end up with one of these myself. No lie. If you have any questions, ask in the chat. If you're not live, you're watching this later on replay, chat away. I will be checking my messages, checking chat. Trying to build a YouTube channel here. Trying to share something that I enjoy doing. Hopefully, like I say in every video, get involved with a group of screen printers that want to help each other. Right? There might be some new guys out there wanting to get in the game. There's plenty of business to go around for everybody. So I don't have any problem helping people out. Giving tips and tricks. That's one thing about this business. I mean, for me, I don't have a lot of overhead. I'm not in a shop. I'm running it out of my garage. All of my equipment has just been money that's been reinvested back into the business. I haven't pulled a paycheck yet. What I do is I just keep investing in new equipment to keep building, and I enjoy doing it. But where I was getting at with that, I got to increase my pressure a little bit. My auto kick's not working. Where I was getting at with that is if you're a one-man shop and you can get into, let's say, a church, a school, pretty much you can get in and get your foot in the door. They will keep you busy, especially at school. Schools love their shirts. Got shirts for everything. And then you do team uniforms, stuff like that. Just like this order. This order comes back every year. There's a boys team and a girls team. I have both of them. So you do a good job with a team and you keep your prices reasonable. You deliver what you say you're going to on time. They'll keep coming back. Let me get this last one loaded. I'm going to reload some ink. Now that I know everything's working fine. And then check the chats. For those of you that are running a shop, you're a screen printer. Are you running a YouTube channel too? If you are, let me know. I'd love to watch your stuff. I watch a lot of content on YouTube. I learn a lot. I see things I want to try. I see things that I don't want to do. This is going to be a quick night. So what I will do after I'm done with these sweatshirts, I will box them up. I'll deliver them tomorrow. Make sure I don't have any ink on my hands before I get into production. I will clean all of these screens. I'll get all the ink off of these screens. I don't like leaving my squeegees or my screens sitting in ink. I'm going to leave them on the press. I don't have any other jobs coming up, and I'm waiting for those long sleeve t-shirts to get here. When they do, I will put new palette tape on because that web spray destroys palette tape. So after I do a run of sweatshirts with that web spray, I always have to change my palette tape. I'll put new palette tape on. I'll leave the screens in. When those long sleeve shirts come in, I'll pull the quarters off of my stop arm there. And I will print the long sleeves. And then this order will be done. I do have a spirit wear store open for these guys too, but a lot of that stuff I do is DTF because it's a lot of one of this shirt, one of that shirt. So I do all of those orders with DTF. And by the way, if you haven't seen my video, my short, I really want to try to find, maybe I don't. I want to see what options are out there for DTF. So I want to see, I just put an account in with one company. I'm going to order some stuff from them. But I want to try some different suppliers. I've been using the same DTF supplier for 3 years. Had a couple hiccups. Sometimes the consistency of the print, the quality of the print, maybe it's not really a hot peel. They say it is, but the corners peel up. So my goal is to hear from you guys who you're using, and then I'd like to do a video on the ordering process of all of those suppliers. I'd like to order the same design. I'd like to record me ordering it to show you how easy is it to order it. How long does it take to get shipped to you? All right. How long does it take to press it? Is it a hot peel or a cold peel? Do you have to press it again? And then after that, what's the quality of it? How does it feel on the shirt? Does it pass a wash test? So those are all things that I want to do, but I'm waiting for you guys to tell me who you use. Like I said in my other video, I have a pretty good idea of who the top 2 DTF suppliers are. And I think that I'm using one of them currently. So I'd like to see what other options are. I'm thinking, and I'm not even going to tell you, I don't want to sway anybody's comments, right? I want to hear from you. Who do you use? Why do you use them? What do you like about them? What do you not like about them? And then we'll do a little video. Who knows? It may get controversial. I'm a loyal guy, a loyal customer, and that's been one of my downfalls with this printing business is I've been sticking with the same suppliers for everything. It's been easy. I have accounts set up with them, and I need to broaden my horizons a little bit, I think. So that's what we're going to do. Can't stop looking at these. Any comments? No, we'll keep going. Someday I'll do a live and we'll have 100 people on. Chit-chatting, talking away, giving pointers, building a community, making better screen printers. Someday. I'm not going to give up. I think I'm about a month into this journey for YouTube. I got 12 subscribers right now. Look out. Got to get those watch hours up. I'm going to move these back there. Get that subscriber count up. But I need your guys' help to do it. So if you like content like this, you like screen printing, you like watching people work, give me a like, subscribe to the channel. I'm saying this now because it's going to be a short night. Oh, one thing I want to touch on real quick with this web adhesive. You got to go light on it because if you don't, it can leave some nasty stuff on the inside of the sweatshirt. I'm told it washes away, but I don't have time to wash sweatshirts before I give them to the customer. And I don't want to give them a sweatshirt that's all sticky inside. Not a good look. Let me see what these are. Yeah, these aren't bad. I've been going pretty light. Moving right along. Any questions about my equipment, my technique, any pointers? Let me know if you've learned anything, especially if you're a new screen printer or you're looking to get into the business, the art, I would love to hear from you. There should be motivation for me to keep doing this YouTube thing. Let me know people are watching and actually gaining something from the hours of editing and setting up a camera and buying the equipment. Would love to hear from you guys. All right, here we go. Back at it. Man, this white is buttery smooth today. Of course, it is a warmer day here. I don't have any heaters running in the shop today. It's 69 degrees in here right now. Much different than a few weeks ago when I was coming into the shop and it was 18 degrees and I had to let the heaters run for an hour before I could even do anything. One time my white ink was so thick, even after putting reducer in it, I stuck it under the flash dryer, and I think I accidentally had it too close and pretty much cured my ink right inside the bucket. Gotta be careful with that. Good steady pressure. For the, I don't know if I said this or not. For the blue spot color, I'm using a 70 durometer. For the highlight white, I'm using a 70-90-70. Kind of shear off that extra ink. Yep, that's number 4. Make sure I know where I'm at. My base is pretty good right now. Not even telling that I got to do a highlight. When you're carrying screen printing with a heat press, make sure you're putting down some paper over top of your print. It's the same with when you're doing anything with vinyl or DTF. You drop that press down on some exposed vinyl or ink, you're going to have yourself some mess. That's going to slow you down. I didn't do my round of quick cures. Got to talking and forgot what I was doing. Hopefully, we don't have a ton of ink on this. Nope. Good. All right. We are over halfway done. Things are moving along nicely. I'm actually getting a little warm here in the shop. One thing I've noticed with these Cornerstone hoodies too, unlike some of the other hoodies I've dealt with, the pockets aren't crooked. Everything seems to be lining up good. That's good. That one was a little trickier to thread on than the other ones. Let's see. All right. Keep moving. It's go a little bit easier if you had a second hand. Every now and then, one of my sons will come out and give me a hand with taking shirts off of the press, folding them, putting them over there. Helps every little bit. That's one thing with the conveyor that would be nice. If I had a conveyor, I could have it set up over here, pull my shirt off, throw it on the conveyor, next one comes on, really reduce the workflow. Someday, maybe. I've also been intrigued by this product called the Stampinator. Basically, it's a heat press that it's a heat press that works with your screen printing press, and it comes down. You could use it for DTF. I would use it to cure shirts. There's actually a lot of good things you could use it for, but it's also $8,000. And if I'm spending $8,000 right now, it's going to be on a new heat press, the double head heat press. Not double head; it's only one head. Double platens. All right, we got 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 more to do. Here we go. Base white. I'm going to try one. We'll see. I feel like my ink deposit is getting a little thick. So I'm going to try just to do one here and see. I think we're going to be okay. This ink is flowing good through the 158 mesh. And I got to tell you, I don't know if it's the 60 durometer squeegee. It just feels different. I actually think I should have been doing this longer or sooner. You always hear the 70 durometer is the workhorse, and that's all I've ever used. Then I watched a video yesterday about squeegee durometers. And it convinced me. I'm like, I'll buy one and try it out. I ordered it last night. It got delivered today. I like it. Probably only need one because I'd really only use it on base or puff. That's one thing I have not tried yet is puff. I think it'd be kind of hard to do with the heat press. I could try to cure it on the flash. I actually have puff additive. I just haven't tried it yet. I've done printing with puff vinyl. Really like the outcome of it. All right. Don't forget to do our quick flash. We are almost done tonight. That will be a first. Quick and easy. Whew, sorry. So typically, the other thing, with 22 sweatshirts, if that's all I had, I probably wouldn't have done them screen printing. Probably would have done DTF. But because I have over 100 items, just different items, the same design, same colors and all that, that's why I'm screen printing these right now. That's one of the advantages of having options, right? I got an order. The wrestling team are going to States, and I designed a shirt. I put the order form out there. They're leaving Thursday, so it was a quick turnaround. It was going to be 2-color front, 2-color back. So I would have had to make 4 screens, possibly 6 if I did it this way. And I only got 15 shirts ordered out of that. So I pivoted and I ordered my DTF today. And I should have it in time. So that's one of the disadvantages of DTF is now you're waiting on someone else to do their job. Waiting on a couple people. You're waiting on the supplier, you're waiting on the delivery. All it takes is one mess up, and we know how this business goes. One mess up and you're not meeting your deadline. See that? That web spray got on the hem of that sweatshirt. It works well, but it can be messy. Printing away. see some guys on YouTube that just spray the crap out of their palette, and I have not had to do that. Maybe it's because my palette tape's newer. I don't know. I couldn't imagine the mess it's leaving underneath that sweatshirt. All right, we got 5 more. If you got any questions, hit me up. We haven't even been going for an hour yet. So hit me up. Let me know if you have any thoughts, comments, concerns, tips, tricks, pointers. My angle was off a little bit on that. Let's get you to the action cam here. Again, this is our base white. Pushing with a 60 durometer squeegee. Getting good coverage. Good coverage. For a black, that's good. Now we go to our spot color blue. 1 pass of this. Clearing that screen. There's our blue. Good clearing on the screen. Off contact's good. Got to make sure that screen clears out. It's taking a little bit. Probably could have used the 70, 90, 70 on that one too. But I only had one because I'm trying them out. I'll probably buy a few more. That's our highlight white. Still in registration. This has been once I figured out my registration, screen printing has gotten a little easier. I gotta say, I struggled with it for a bit. And a lot of it was my own fault because I was using the wrong screens. I was using homemade screens. My tension was off on all the screens. So I bought a tension meter, check my screen tension, started matching up my prints or my screens based on the tension. Started making sure that they all were the same tension wise, or like within 1 or 2 of each other. And that has really helped. I was really nervous with this design right here with the detail, the screen of the tennis racket. But I'm starting to get the hang of it here. Last one going on. I know I'm going to take this sweatshirt, show my son, and he's like, all right, well, where's mine at? He doesn't have one yet. Actually, these sweatshirts, I know I've only done 20 of them, but they haven't shed very bad onto the palette tape either. All right, one to go. What do you guys think? Fan? Like it? Anybody? Bueller? Look at that. Look at that. I love that blue. Piling them up. Woo! You guys see that? I almost pulled that thing down right on the ink. I've never done it, but I know it's coming. One day. Let that cool for a minute. All right, blue. Come on, clear, baby. Yeah. It needs more. Why? Huh. That one looks a little off to me. Oh, it's just the light. All right. All right, highlight white, last one. Here we go. I think I'm going to get some more of the 70, 90, 70s squeegees. I like those. All right, put it in the press. I'm going to run over here and turn my flash off real quick. Get it out of the way before I burn something. Not to mention I'm sweating. All right. Here we go. We will get these folded up a little bit better, boxed up, and get them delivered tomorrow. I think we'll have some happy customers, happy clients. All right, so I am going to clean these screens off again. I will, just like I did the other night, I have a video on it. I'll spray them down with, let me get my card over here so you guys can see, show you what I'm using. I'll scrape all the ink off, and then I use not an ink degrader because I'm going to use these screens again one more time. I won't use an ink degrader. I will use Supreme Wash, and basically it's for if you're doing color changes, but I use it to clean the ink off the screens before I, if I'm going to use them again. If I'm not going to use them again, I'll use an ink degrader to get all of the ink off the screens. I'll set the screens off to the side, and then once I have probably 5 or 10 screens ready to go, I'll reclaim them, and someone's leaving. I'll reclaim them, put new emulsion on them, and they're ready to go the next time. So, all right. That is all I got. Thanks for watching. If you made it this far, you must have liked what you saw. So give me a thumbs up. Hit that like button. I would love if you subscribed. I'd love if you leave a comment. Just let me know, where you're from. Are you a screen printer? If you are, how long have you been doing it? If you're not a screen printer yet, are you looking to get into the business? So I'd love to hear from you. Be a little bit more motivation for me to keep these YouTube videos coming. And if you didn't like it and there's something you'd want to see, I'd love to hear that too. Let me know what you want to see. And maybe I've done it, maybe I haven't, but that'd be a great time, for me to dip my toes in the water and try something new as well. So if something you want to see, let me know. And that's all I got. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you on the next one.